Hey, what's up, Dominator Sales? It's me, Mark Jennison. Obviously, you're probably getting used to seeing me, my face. I've been doing it for a little bit over a year now. But yeah, today I just want to jump on real quick, do a quick 5, 10, 15 minute, however long, Facebook Live. Hopefully get some viewers in here. But I want to talk about rapport, connecting with customers. Um, I often get some new people, some green peas in the group, or just they call me or whatever, and they don't quite even understand what rapport is or what the purpose of it, or basically they ask how to get it. So I just want to go through and ask, or not go through and ask. I want to go through and talk a few questions and answer them, and just kind of give my spin on rapport and why I think that rapport really isn't that hard to build. I mean, the truth is, rapport is just being a good person. When it really boils down to it, man, it's just asking the right questions, and the right questions sometimes come just from being a normal dude. I mean, I often think as salesmen or car salesmen or whatever saleswomen, we overcomplicate it because we hear all this training or all these different things, and you feel like you need to hit the right questions, the wrong questions, or whatever. But I bet if you ask yourself, how hard was it when you had to go meet your significant other, the rapport you had to build, right? It wasn't that difficult. All you did was go, you might have went up and say, hey, what's up, baby? You're hot. It's probably not the right question, right? My point is, of the guys who got it right and the girls that got it right, the people that did it right, all they did was be themselves. It's one of the most simple things to do. So let's jump into it real quick. Why do you want to build rapport with a customer? Why? Obviously, it's going to make it easier. We've all had those customers on the lot, on the sale, on the phone that I deal with right now, where they don't want to take the time to get, there's walls, there's boundaries, right? And when, for instance, when you're in the car dealership and people come in, you're the first line of defense. There's the road that comes in, there's the lot, there's the freaking walkway in between, then there's the dealer, and there's you out in the middle. And you're the first line, the first wall that they have to go through to get in to make their car buying experience ample, to make it the way that they want it to be, right? So the easiest thing to do, or why you need to build rapport, is because it's going to make your job easier. It's going to make your life easier. It's going to make the day go easier, right? The benefits of it we'll talk about real quick is it's going to make people know, like, and trust you. You're going to be able to hold some more gross. You're going to be able to get referrals better. The whole reason behind rapport is just basically to make a friend. I mean, I know when I was just down at the Six Figure Sales Conference, Jonathan Dawson did a section on the raving fan formula. And I actually sat and I watched it I watched it 3 times, but I sat there and I took it. And there's a line where he says, quit the car business right now. Like, get out of the car business and become, in the raving fan business, building raving fans advocates. I'm like, dude, that's strong. Dude's got a great point, right? When you quit trying to sell the people the car or the product, the hairbrush, the water, whatever it may be, right? When you quit trying to sell them on that, but you try to sell them on yourself, and people buy people, the rapport is going to be necessary. So then the deal is going to be easier. You're going to be able to hold more gross. You're going to be able to speed up the deal. You're going to be able to slow down the deal. You're going to be able to be in control. You're going to be able to, like I said, ask for referral. You're going to be able to move it wherever you want and dictate the way it's going to go, because ultimately you're the salesman, right? You're going to be able to sell these people without feel like you're selling them, without feel like you're being pushy and overbearing and stuff like that. So which leads to the next question is, how do you build rapport? If you guys are if you guys are out there, got a notebook, or you guys are asking yourself, how do you build rapport? I believe it comes with a couple it's just an easy few questions. Hey, how are you? Something like that. Just, hey, how are you? Great day we're having here. A nice introduction. My name is Mark Jennison. Nice to meet you. And I'm going to do a thing on that. But I'm just talking about building rapport with a person. You go to the coffee shop, it's the same thing. Hey, what's up? How you doing today? It's a great day, isn't it? Absolutely it is. Man, it's amazing. What did you watch the Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors? No, I didn't actually. Neither did I, because I'm not a big basketball fan. I was actually working. What do you do for work? Right? You just start asking questions and start going there. Well, cool. What kind of car are you driving currently? Oh, yeah? You're here shopping for a diamond engagement ring for your wife? She must be a special lady, right? You can take it wherever you want. So how do you build rapport? It's just questions. And like I said earlier, I often think that people try to go and ask the wrong questions, or they're trying so hard that they overcomplicate it, that they fuck up the deal. Right? Or they fuck up building rapport and they shut them off. Or they're cocky, they're arrogant, they're not funny. One of the easiest things that I did to build rapport on a customer was on the phone. There are some questions. If you guys are on my program or interested in it, I'm not going to let them go here, but we can talk and I'll actually tell you what I did. Some of you guys know it back there. But say I set the appointment and it was coming in and they were coming to see me. One of the easiest things that I did was I made them laugh. I'm not the funniest guy or whatever, but I can be pretty funny. And one of the easiest things that I did to myself was I made fun of myself, right? When I'd walk up there, because the way I looked or whatever, and I felt like when I was meeting the customers, when I was the first one to go greet them on the showroom because they walked in to see me, I felt like I was on stage. I felt like I had to perform. I felt like I was there to make their experience amazing. And that's when the rapport came. That's when I made a joke of myself. I lowered down their walls, their expectations of me, and I was able to get in there, infiltrate it, become the person they want to be, like a chameleon, and help take them through the sale and instantly gain access to the rapport, gain access to their family, their friends, all that just by being a good, decent human being. I think I put a post out the other day that said, what did it say? Oh, we all got to be known for something, right? Why not be known for being a great human being as well, or a great person as well, something along those lines. And that's almost the same thing as about building rapport, right? It's all you want to do is be you. Reflect who you'd want to do. Who do you want to buy from? Like, people want to buy from people like themselves, right? So who would you want to be? You want to be an overbearing? You want to be an asshole? You want to ask the wrong questions? Absolutely not. So with that brings me to the next question we have down here. Strategies about building rapport. If you're having trouble or you get stuck, I guess I might not be the best one to talk about this one, because I feel like if I get put on, I'm going to be able to talk circles around. I mean, half these things I get on and talk about, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I get up and I just keep talking. So I'm able to, and they all make sense. You guys probably wouldn't know, or maybe you wouldn't. I don't really care. But the point is, I'm never at a loss for words. I'm always able to instantly build some rapport. So a couple strategies that I did have that I would use when I first started doing this back younger years at the trucking company was I would actually write down questions that I had. I would actually get out my notebook. I'm big on journaling. And I would come up with a certain thing and I would actually script them out. Not scripted sayings, but have bullet points as to what I want to talk about rapport. Weather, sports, family, car you're driving currently. And that would be about the semi-trucks at that time, like what type of semi is going to be coming in, how long you've been in business, things like that. Always find myself topics I can talk about to keep the conversation rolling the way that I want it to roll to eventually go for what I wanted to get, and that's the sale. So the other thing that's huge about rapport is the first impressions. And I'd like to say that we only get, one shot at a first impression, but unfortunately that's just not true. I don't believe that at all. Yes, people are going to prejudge you. When we walked into the six-figure sales conference, I was talking to Pat Hickey, which he owns, I think. He owns a Ford dealer out there. But he's huge, massive, right? He had a super nice suit on. He's loud. He's a cool guy. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's not going to want to talk to me. You got Jonathan and Alan, both in suits, both super professional. I got red shoes, jeans, and a shirt on. And I'm like, fuck, this guy don't want nothing to do with me, right? So I kind of disqualified myself, thinking that my first impression of him that he's going to have on me isn't going to be somebody he wants to deal with. By the end of the first session, not only was he from my hometown, right? We had new same friends, knew all these same people, had similar stories, and rapport was built. So I was already prejudging myself in the impression I gave him. But let's flip the coin real quick on that. You don't want to go up to make rapport in first impressions with people with stains on your lunch. I'm big on being yourself, right? I wore a sport coat or not a sport coat, like some sort of sporty pullover that just said Cunis. I had some decent shoes and some nice pants, but I always looked okay, right? I never looked super suit guy. I never looked this way, but I didn't have yesterday's lunch on me. I didn't have my hair undone. I wasn't untruffled, like all discombobulated in my thoughts and the things I had going on. I was there to serve them, and I was there to make an impression on them. Remember, even though I just said I believe you do get a second chance to make a first impression, because I've done that with my life when I decided to make a change. But instantly when you're trying to meet these guys for a short sales cycle and you're trying to put a deal together with them, you've only got a small window of opportunity. You're going to want to present yourself in the best light possible. Not only are you presenting yourself just for yourself, but you're also representing the dealership, the brand, whether it's GM, Ford, whatever. You're a piece of a cog in a wheel that needs to be professional. Okay. Now, on the other side, when I was done selling cars at the end and I knew I was going this way, and the other day I actually just went down and sold a car. I had a backwards baseball hat. So there's two sides of the coin there. Like when you've done enough and you are yourself and you're confident in yourself, it doesn't really matter. But until you get to that point, I think you need to dress dress as professional and be as clean cut as you can be. If you can't afford a suit, I don't necessarily think that's a problem, but, so we're going to go into the last one here, talking about that's on first impressions, but talk about building rapport and follow up and closing deals. And here's a couple tips for that. Obviously, we all have CRMs, and if you're not doing this, you're not taking the time, that just means you're lazy. Straight up, you're lazy. But going through the CRM and putting notes in there about their birthday, or notes in there about the kids, or whatever. When you build rapport with them and you get these questions and you're pulling them out there, it's going to give you something to talk about later down the road. Now, I I have a strategic mathematical approach to my follow-up system that I did for my car guys. So I wasn't hitting them with all these questions over time. I didn't follow the rules to the 6 month or birthday or this and that, but I knew what I wanted to talk about all the time. So when you have a rapport with these guys though, and you've built a friendship, like for instance, we'll talk about the guy that I sold the car to the other day, Fernando. He sent to me a message. He said in his Spanish accent, or called me, and he said, "Is this Mark Jennison, the car guy?" And I said, "Hey, what's up, Federico? How's the Blue Bull, the Blue Bull Denali treating you?" Because that's the name of his car. Remember the name that he called his car, like the nickname of his truck that I sold it to him. I sold that dude 6 vehicles, but I remembered everything about him, and he wanted to see me. He drove past 5 other dealerships just to come down to see me. I haven't even sold cars in a year. But that's how much rapport I built with him. And it was amazing because we got down there, we shook hands, we hung out. He's trying to buy me tequila. He always trying to buy me tequila, even though he knows I'm in recovery. But the point is, there's a friendship there. And I built such good rapport, and you can too with the same way that now when he has friends, they still call me. I don't sell cars, but they still call me, and they want to come buy a car from me. So when you're able to build a relationship, and you're able to put a good impression on people, and you're able to make the deal go good. And here's another thing for those buyers out there. We're in the Dominate Your Sales group only, right?
Yeah.
When you have a customer that you made the most money off, you probably had good rapport with them, right? Now I went into every deal, whether I knew what I'd have in the deals because I got to see that. I was privy to that information, but it didn't matter if I was selling a brand new truck for a Mini or a car for a Mini versus a 5-6 pounder. I went in there with every ounce of me to treat the customer the right way. Treat them like a millionaire, overserve them. It didn't matter because the truth is I wasn't working for that $100. I was working for their sales before that. I was working for their friendship. I was working to build the best experience because I took my needs, my stuff. I didn't give a shit about the money. I gave a shit about the customer. If I made a customer happy, if I made them feel good, I had a customer for life, and it's proven because they still go down to the dealership now. Now, granted, every deal didn't go that way, but as long as I put them first and I helped enough people get what they want, just like I do in this life, then I got what I wanted. Ultimately, what I wanted was 30 plus cars a month, thousands and thousands of dollars a month. It just all stacked over time. So that's a little bit to me about how rapport works. And you want me to talk here about Kenny Brooks? One of the things about him, so that's how I'm going to end it up here because we're actually building a course for Kenny Brooks. Some of you guys out there, I'm sure you're all familiar with that 90 million view video he has out there. But we're putting together a course for him right now, and we're getting it to sell and doing some stuff with him. But if you ever go back and you watch that video and you look at the way that he connects with these people, he connects with them on a personal level, emotional level, makes them laugh, physical, kind of brings them into his story. He puts the product in their hands. He asks for the close. He bypasses the product. He's able to build so much rapport in that 7-minute video that he makes the whole sales, like the whole process be just something that you want to have. I want it to happen to me. Like I would love to have Kenny come sell me something, right? As a matter of fact, I think he has a TV show where that's happening. But yeah, that's something about him. So if you guys are interested in that, you can actually go to World's Greatest Salesman and check that out. And we got a landing page there. But I just want to jump on with you guys. I'm going to head back into my office, do a little bit more work. I wanted to talk today about rapport, connecting with the customers, and overall being a great person. And that's pretty much it for today. You guys have a great day. Dominate your day.